investor, not a trader, but an investor, there's nothing better than riding a huge long-term theme year after year in order to reap serious profits. And right now, one of my favorite themes is this idea of healthy eating. In particular, the companies that make organic and natural foods. We know from the blow-up at Whole Foods earlier this month that there's just way too much competition in the organic and natural grocery store space. But their pain is the organic and natural food makers' gain, as everybody's rushing to get this stuff on their shelves. I've told you about Hain Celestial and White Wave Foods, so now I want to introduce you to a smaller one, SunOpta. That's STKL. It's the $900 million maker of natural, organic, and specialty foods. For example, SunOpta is the #1 organic soybean producer, the #1 packager of aseptic soy milk, and the top maker of private label natural and organic fruit snacks in the whole country. Worldwide, they're the top producer of oat fiber, #1 processor of confection sunflower. For the last 4 years, SunOpta has shed its non-core businesses in order to focus on being an organic and natural pure play, while also aggressively growing sales. The company just reported a stellar quarter 2 weeks ago, 2-cent earnings beat off an 8-cent basis, dramatically higher than expected revenues, 16% internal growth in its core food operations. Now, the stock's been on fire of late, rallying 35% for 2014 and up 80% since I recommended it 3 years ago. But even up here, it sells for less than 24 times next year's estimates, despite having a 30% long-term growth rate. Let's take a closer look at this exciting company with Stephen Bromley, the CEO of SunOpta. Find out more about his company and where it is headed. Stephen, welcome to the show. Have a seat. Thank you. All right, we were talking off camera. We got a revolution on our hands,
right.
And it's a two-sided revolution. It's the baby boomers who want to live longer and think it's the food that will let them, and it's the millennials, a vociferous group that demand your kind of food.
Right. Well, the millennials, you know, they're the most socially engaged generation ever. I mean, they have information that you and I never would have found in our day. So they're very aware of what's going on. They want to know where the food's coming from, how it was made, who made it, did you cut down the rainforest to get it? I mean, they want to know what's going on, and then they read labels. They're the first generation to learn about reading. They learn to read labels at school.
It's incredible because I don't have the eyesight I used to, and my daughters are always telling me, Dad, just read the label. I mean, whoever cared?
Well, nobody cared back in the day, but today there's a real awareness, and then you lay on the boomers. You know, our generation getting a little older, we've connected the dots. There's a connection between your diet and your health and how you live. And, you know, we all want to live as long as we can and have fulsome lives. And so paying attention to what you eat really makes sense.
And you are the cradle to grave, but so to speak, in this case, it's field to table. So
Correct.
you monitor and take care of the whole chain, right?
That's right. Our core strength and where our company started is in the sourcing of raw materials.
Right.
And these are organic raw materials or non-genetically modified raw materials. And so, you know, you don't turn an organic farm on overnight. It takes 3 years to develop an organic farm. So we've been involved in the sourcing of these raw materials for years. And what we've done over time is transitioned our business from being a raw materials provider to a value-added ingredients and consumer products provider because it's better margins and we're adding more value for our customers.
Now, you do have a split model. I mean, we're not going to see this. We're going to see this under another company's name.
Correct.
But we also see some of your products under your own names.
We have some small brands, but
Right.
really those are brands that we provide to our customers. We don't promote them as consumer brands. We're not a branded foods company, so you won't know us by our brands. But we work the full integrated chain from the raw materials through the ingredients and into the packaged products, and we put other people's names on the product.
Right. Okay, now when you're a partner, a special vendor partner with IHOP, what am I getting at IHOP that's yours?
You're getting the fruit toppings there, you know, so they're looking for a healthy fruit topping to put on the pancakes, and, you know, so we're one of their key providers of those products.
Okay, well, that's an example of the old days. I would go there, and I just figured it's the same sugary, syrupy stuff. People don't use that anymore, do they?
Not as much, and so, you know, they're a healthy alternative, and so we're providing that.
Are the farmers getting with the program?
They are on a global basis.
Okay.
In North America, it's a little bit tougher. The transition to organic growing has been a little bit slower, especially in the grains that we handle,
Right.
the soy, the corn, because those are primarily genetically modified, like about 90%.
But here you go, sesame seeds, Ethiopia, coconut sugar, Indonesia, so you really are global.
We're global. We source from 65 countries around the world. And that's really important so that we can have those sources of supply, bring them to our markets, North America and Europe being our largest markets, and be able to supply the product. And we don't source from one area. So if a commodity is grown in 2 or 3 areas, we'll want to be in these areas so that we can really, guarantee supply for our customers.
All right, last question. When we listened to Target last week, they said, listen, it's not a fad. We got to have it. Walmart moving in aggressively. A lot of people say, oh, well, geez, maybe I should buy this company, that. It's most likely going to come to SunOpta, at least in some form, because they want to put their own name on it, right?
We sure hope so, and that's what we've been seeing, and we've benefited from the growth in private label. Today in our top 10 customers, 4 of our top 10 customers are retailers, private label.
And they love soy milk, and they love the almond milk.
We want to provide all of those. Anything that's grain-based, fiber-based, fruit or vegetable-based, we want to take it through our model and provide that to
Well, what a great company you are. It's been a real win in 2014 and totally in sync with what this country and the rest of the world's going with. That's Stephen Bromley, the CEO of SunOpta, STKL. I know it's up a lot, but this is a long-term theme, people, and this is a long-term play. Stay with Cramer.